Hi, my love. Welcome. This is going to be your tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your question. So I wrote down a couple notes from the message that you left regarding your question. And this says you are looking for a job and you're trying to move to Tampa, Florida to be out of the parents' house. And you want to know, your question is, will I find a decent job and a place to stay soon? So I love that because it sounds like you are pretty much on the brink of, or in the midst of a lot of changes and a lot of new energies and new things. And I just kind of feel from your aura or your energy, nervousness and the uncertainties, and you're on the brink of a full, right? The full moment. I know you know tarot, so the Fool card is, obviously the new journey and the new beginning. So you're on the brink of that essence, and I can see where some of the nervousness can come from that. So I'm going to open up space first. We're going to start off with opening up your sacred space. So just kind of take a moment as you're watching this video for the playback. Just take a moment to take in a couple deep breaths in, ground yourself. If you're sitting down, put your feet firmly flat on the floor, and just focus on opening up your heart center to receiving message from me from Spirit through me to you. So Spirit, as you know, when I light this candle, we are in session. This is a place of positivity, love, and light. May all the messages that come through from you, through me to my client, they be received in the way that they are supposed to be received. And we thank you for allowing the sacred space to be what it is. So as this candle is lit, I welcome Spirit message. When this candle is blown out, we are closing space. So I just kind of like to have that not too far off so I can light some Palo Santo. And that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to go ahead and cleanse the cards and just get everything going. So my love, go ahead and just close your eyes and take in a couple deep breaths in. Focusing on opening your heart center, focusing on opening up your energy to me, and being open to receiving what comes through. Trusting that what comes through is meant to be. And anything that I read in the future, just take it for, guidance. Nothing is set in stone. Just understand that anything can change based off of your actions. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. I do use a blend of tarot and oracle. And I'm going to go ahead and look at the energy of your question, just concerning your question of, will you find a decent job and a place to call home? And what does that look like? So this one, this one. So Spirit wants me to, normally I don't do this, but I'm doing this off of intuition. Spirit wants me to put the cards out on the table first, and then we'll just kind of reveal what comes through. So it's kind of like a little bit of a surprise. Normally I just flip them over, but I just feel called to do it like this. So we're just going to trust. Okay. All right. So let's start with the oracle. So the top three are the things that you need to surrender to, or things that you need to focus on letting go of as you are going through this shift in your life. Okay. So we have surrender to obsessive thinking coming up for you. This says, if you are obsessing about a person or a situation, Turn the dilemma over to Spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or solve the problem. So the first thing that Spirit is saying for you is to let go of worries and let go of the need to control the outcomes, okay? The obsessive thinking, when you are thinking and reanalyzing every little step, right? To the point where it's just driving you crazy. And when you are not organically approaching this situation from a state of intuition, okay? So Spirit is saying you got to let that stuff go. Sometimes you have to trust the outcomes. Sometimes you have to trust the unknown. Sometimes you have to trust the way that the way everything is going to evolve and pretty much like unravel for you, right? So I could see the obsessive thinking is, this is when you were up at night. I'm seeing like the 9 of Swords. So this is when you're awake at night and you're just obsessively going through the what ifs and what if I don't make it? What if I can't find something? What if I can't find work? What if I can't do this? And it's scary because you're looking for a move. And I don't know how far away Tampa, Florida is from you, but my vibe tells me that it's, significantly far from where you're at. So it's enough to get you to the feel of, it's insecurities that are coming up because it's a place you haven't been before, or it's further away from your comfort zone. So I see the obsessive thinking is it's all your mind, is your mindset that's trying to control the situation, and it's causing you to feel doubts. The self-doubts are really creeping in. So that's one thing Spirit is saying to surrender to or to work on. Next is the surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspect of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. So Spirit wants you to start embracing your true magic and yourself. This is self-love. This is self-acceptance. This is accepting yourself and your situation for who it is and what it is and who you are and how you are. And not trying to morph yourself into being perfect, right? Or not trying to morph yourself or your life to look like or mirror someone else's. That's what I really feel called to say to you. So make sure that as you are making these changes and as you are going about these changes in your life, that you're doing it from a heart-centered place, meaning it comes from your heart and it's not because someone else is telling you to do it, or it's because someone else wants you to live or be a certain way. This has to come from your true nature. And then also surrendering to the magic of who you are just kind of tells me that knowing and understanding that you are a magical being, that you are precious in the way that you are. Your life is unraveling in the way that it is, specifically because it's meant to be this way. And that brings a lot of comfort when you really start to embrace that mindset, because you realize that yes, we make mistakes, and yes, we may have hardships, and yes, things may not turn out the way we want them to, but there's always a reason for it. And sometimes it takes time, right, to see the outcomes, but I feel like that's what Spirit is saying, to surrender to the magic of who you are. This is going to teach you so much about yourself. If it hasn't already, it will be, but I feel like you're already starting to learn things about yourself. You're starting to be more resourceful. You're starting to be more, you're seeing that you are coming out of, fears, and you are really working on, it's like you're in a survival mode, right? You're seeing things about yourself and your personality and your potential coming out that you didn't know you had it in you. So it's beautiful, this experience, but continue to surrender to the magic and the beauty of who you are. And lastly, surrender to divine timing. Oh my gosh. So this says, sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So Spirit is also saying that there's a divine timing here when it comes to finding your job, finding your home, that you may have a timeline set in your mind. And it's like, maybe that's why you're starting to get a little bit antsy about it, because you're like, wow, I thought I would have found a place, or I thought I would have found my job by now. And if you're not seeing it happen in your own personal timeline, this is why Spirit or God is bringing this card up for you as a reminder that divine timing is God's timing. It is universe timing. It is not when we want it or not when we think we need it. It's when God says we should have it, right? So it's you have to put that trust into it. And that's when you also trust that as things happen, it happens for a reason and it happens in the moment that we need it the most. So trust in that. And hopefully that will release some of your fears or some of the tension or anxiety that you might be feeling right now because you're kind of like unsure, where's my next move going to be? Okay, so let's look at the tarot cards. So we have the Strength. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Empress. I love it. So you got two majors already. We have the King of Pentacles. Ooh, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And lastly, we have Justice at the bottom. I love it. So you have three major arcana cards coming up, which is very powerful. 3 out of 3, right? The other threes, we have the Four of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. So first things first that I see here with the tarot cards, we have 3, 4, and 7, 8. So I feel like this is going to be kind of like maybe perhaps within the next 3 to 7 months, you're going to start to see, or 3 to 8 months, I should say, you're going to start to see, you know, things starting to fall into place. You may find your own place, I would say probably by, because the Strength card, the 8th or the end of summer. There could be something really coming up for you, especially in terms of finding your home, right? I feel like you're going to find the job first before you find the home. But I feel like the source of strength, we have the Four of Swords, the Empress. The Empress is nurturing. The Strength card is, again, it's kind of like embracing, you know, you're taming your beast. So, and then the Four of Swords is the time of peace, right? The time of trust, the time of meditation. I feel like it's pretty much saying that things are going to fall into place. I do feel like the end of summer is really a significant time for you. There's something about the number 8 that's coming up as well. So pay attention to the address of your new place. There could be significance with the number 8, but I do feel like the summertime is going to be very, very important for you this year. I love it too, because I see, allow yourself to be in a time of peace. And when you are in a time of peace or in meditation, or when you're in a state, an energy state of receiving, right? Receiving the divine timing, when you're not in so much trying to control things, justice will be served. You will be receiving balance, what you need, right? So you're going to get it regardless. Like, I don't care what you might be worried about. You're going to get it. You're going to get what it is that you are waiting for. But you need to put yourself in the receiving energetic state. So divine timing, accepting, surrendering to divine timing, surrendering to yourself, surrendering to the obsessive thinking. Don't do that anymore, right? You're in a state of receiving. I am going to put myself to be open to receiving what is necessary. What do I need right now, right? And you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. The tarot cards, the other tarot cards I see is the King of Pentacles, which to me is abundance. This is earthy energy. The King of Pentacles is all about business or money and abundance and growth. Look at how much beautiful growth he has around him. He's just full of that earth energy. You also have the Seven of Pentacles, which is this individual is looking at, what am I going to make of all of this? What am I going to make of everything that I have, right? So I see abundance coming to you, that maybe you will be blessed with something that you were even more prepared. You're going to be receiving more than what you were prepared for, right? Because that Seven of Pentacles makes me feel too that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I got so many beautiful things now. What am I going to do with it? So that could be, let's say you got an increase in pay. You're not used to getting that kind of money, right? What am I going to do with all this? Or maybe it's like, you know, the position that you're working for, it's a very different flow. Maybe your schedule is going to be different from what you're used to, or the neighborhood that you're living in is going to be different. Something is going to be so different, and it's going to be something you weren't technically asking for, but it's a blessing that came anyway. And then you're going to be left with, wow, what do I do with all of this? I have more than I thought I would have, right? So that's how I feel with that. The King of Pentacles also makes me feel that this area of career may actually place you in a more, like a supervisory position or a manager or a level up from what you're used to. So that would also kind of come with the increase of pay or the increase of responsibility that you're not sure, or you weren't sure you were ready for it, but you got it anyway, right? Something like that. And then of course the Justice at the bottom of this, holding everything together, is telling me you will be receiving what you deserve. Justice will be served for you in terms of this. And it'll be a place of balance for you. Moving out will be a place of balance and a place of relaxation. That Four of Swords tells me your mindset will be able to slow down a bit. Being distanced from your family, as much as you love your parents or you love your family, you know, sometimes we need that distance from them to love them more, or to respect them more, or to appreciate them more. And I feel like you're going to definitely see that take place. It's going to teach you so much new valuable things about yourself, but you're also going to be in a state of balance, in a state of just feeling stable, secure, and really, really good. So I love that that card came up for you. The shadow card, or the fear card at the bottom of your deck, is the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands can show me too, because it is a number 9, that the month of September might be a little bit nerve-wracking for you, or this could also show to worries, you know, all of the stuff, all of the worries that have piled up, right? That's also probably why Spirit was showing you the obsessive thinking. You want to be stronger than the obsessive thinking. So the Nine of Wands is usually the individual who has worked so hard for what they've been, you know, trying to obtain. They never give up, but they're just exhausted beyond belief. That's what I kind of see too, is that if you're still obsessively thinking, or you're trying to control stuff that you know technically you're not supposed to control because it's God, that's why that Four of Swords is telling you, you really got to be in a place of receiving. You got to be in a quiet place of meditation, peace with yourself, right? And being in that state, or that energetic state of receiving, so that you could receive these beautiful gifts that are coming to you, and not try to overthink and not try to overanalyze every little thing, right? Just be accepting of it and let it go with the flow. So the last cards, the oracle cards that I pulled for you, we have Confessions. So we have that bottle with the confessions. We have fishing, or searching. You're on the hunt. We have the Mermaid with energy exchange. I love that. And then you have the sailboat, stay the course. Wow, I love it. So I feel like this is pretty much Spirit is saying the confessions is, I feel like I see the confessions as almost like receiving the message, because it is like a message in the bottle, right? But I also see this too as you're confessing, or you are expressing, you're manifesting what you want, right? So start, if you haven't been doing that, start manifesting and telling God or universe what you want out of this. What kind of a job do you want? What kind of a position? What kind of a lifestyle do you want to live? What kind of a home do you see yourself living in, right? Start confessing that, or expressing it, setting those intentions for it if you haven't already. The fishing card, or searching, is obviously this is what you're doing. You're on the hunt. You are searching. You are putting out that little, you know, your pole. You're searching. You're waiting for the bite. Okay. So simple, easy said than as done. And then you have the Mermaid, which is probably the catch of the day. But this says energy exchange. So I feel like it's a reminder that what you put out into the universe, you are going to be receiving just that. So if you are putting out into the universe obsessive thinking, negative thinking, worries, stresses, not loving yourself enough, not seeing yourself as worthy, and not accepting divine timing, and trying to be in control all the time, you're going to receive the same kind of energy back to you, and that's not what you want. So I feel like the energy exchange here is, be mindful of the energy that you're putting out into the universe, because that is what you're going to get back to you. That is what you're going to catch as you put the fishing line out. And then lastly, we have the sailboat with the message of staying the course, which is, you know, pretty much God or Spirit is telling you to stay on this path, stay the course. You're going to get it. You're going to find land. You're going to find your outcome. You're going to get exactly what it is that you need. You just got to hold tight. So with that said, let's pull some oracle cards, the angel cards, to see, you know, what else Spirit wants to say. I kind of already feel like the late summer is going to be really, really good for you as a timeline. But like I said, if I read for the future, don't take that as like word for word. Just kind of know, okay, the late summer could be a good time. Let me start hustling and looking for my work, or looking for a place to live. and, you know, be open to what comes through, but it's not set in stone. So if you want to find a place sooner than the late summer, be active about it. You know what I mean? Okay. It's up to you. So Spirit is leaving that, you know, that energy out there. It's up to you. It's up to you how successful you're going to be. Meditation brings answers. I love it. So there you go again with that, like with that Four of Swords. It's up to you to decide how how this is going to go. Obviously God is going to give you no matter what they want to give you, but it's up to you to see how this is going to pan out. Are you going to switch your energy? Are you going to be a little bit more in the receiving end versus trying to control things? Meditation will help you, right? Meditation brings answers. Meditation will put you in that receiving end. And then peaceful resolution is peace. Peaceful resolution, a peaceful outcome, a happy ending. So they're telling you you're going to be fine, right? You're going to get exactly what you're looking for, but they're telling you to be more in the receiving end so that we could give it to you, right? Because if you're doing that energy exchange of trying to block it, or you may think you're not blocking it, but by doing the opposite of what I just told you to do, you are creating a block, right? So we want to get you away from doing that. So Spirit's also showing the crown chakra, and I feel like they're saying this too, of have faith. Because this is exactly like what we were talking about with the divine timing and the crown chakra. Having faith that everything is going to happen for a reason, and that things are happening in the time frame that they're supposed to, okay? So you got to just trust that. And when you put yourself in the receiving end and receiving that, it's going to be beautiful, meant to be, and everything is going to fall into place. And then lastly, I put, you are a powerful light worker. It is safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings and loving service to the divine. So being a light worker is being a person who works in the positive state, being someone who is, you know, helping others along their path. So just continue being this beautiful beam of light in your life. I know that sounds so cheesy and you know, so like love and light and all that, but you really, really, really want to be mindful of the energy exchanges you're putting into this, right? If you're asking for the beautiful job and the house and the support, right? You want to be able to give back to the universe all of that, all of those beautiful things. So be that same energy flow. So you are a peaceful, what does it say? You are a powerful light worker. Continue working with the light, continue working in that state. Be energetically open to receiving, right? You're going to find it. You're going to find what you're looking for. There's no doubt about it. And you will have your peaceful resolution or your happy ending. I trust my cards, so I do feel you're going to have some good outcomes. It's going to happen. I do feel there's a pull for me to say the late summer is going to be a big time for you. So we shall see how that pans out, my love. I hope that this helped you. I hope this brought at least some peace in you, right? And just, you know, get straight to work. If you're still kind of struggling with setting intentions and whatnot, the first thing that you should start working on is write a list of exactly details, right? What exactly are you looking for? What is it that you want? And then 2, working on the overthinking and like just flipping all those negatives around, right? Changing the way that you are, instead of trying to, you know, control everything and putting out that control energy, open yourself up to receiving and being open to receive what is meant to be. So lots of beautiful things here. And I do feel everything is going to come down to the one conclusion of you will receive, you will be very fruitful with what you get. So it's just a matter of when. Okay, my love. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I do apologize for the delay to get the session out to you. But I hope that everything spoke to you, and I hope that you received what you needed to hear. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or feedback, please send me a message. And other than that, my love, I wish you all of the best. I feel like good things are coming. There's something with the number 8 for you. So just keep that in mind, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, my love.